What's up everybody, welcome back to the Art of Crypto, the birthplace of absolutely legendary gains. In this video we are going to take a look at Solana, and as you can see, Solana has been holding up pretty well even during this time of bearish trends. But in this video we are going to get into whether Solana is going to break out, whether Solana is going to go down, and exactly what kind of an entry that I'm looking for Solana. So if you want to find out exactly what I'm looking for, you're going to want to stick to the end of this video. And right away, let's kick things off on the weekly chart. So the reason why I am on the weekly chart is because I need to mark out a few levels, and namely these are going to be the weekly highs and lows. The reason this is important is I'm going to get into that real quick. For starters, the reason why you want to mark down the weekly levels is because you want to identify what is the trend like on an institutional level, as long as any single move. In fact, if I zoom in onto the daily chart, you can see this a bit more clearer. If you just take a look here, this one move, we broke through 5 weekly levels, and because of that, right, during this whole time, I was advising people, don't go long, right? You take the short. In fact, if you were in the private Discord group, you would have done it, but that's a topic for later. So basically, the only reason why you would want weekly levels is simply to identify the trend on an institutional level. Now, you can be like retail and go like, oh hey, we are forming high lows, high highs, this is a bullish trend. Well, yeah, that is not wrong. In fact, it's a very good way to approach it. But a better way to do it is if you know exactly what is the trend like on an institutional level. So in this case, here's what I mean. When the price breaks through at least 2 weekly levels in the same move, right, in one move, if it breaks through at least 2, that means it's bearish, okay, or bullish. So in this case, this recovery right here, right, notice how in this one move here, we broke through pretty much like 3 weekly levels, which is why in the last Solana video, if you watch that, I was advising people not to short it. Like sure, you could have made money shorting this, you could have made money shorting this, but if you just notice, the direction is upwards, and as traders we always want to trade with the trend. We do not want to fight the trend. And remember, the reason why we want to identify these weekly levels and identify the institutional directional bias is because, simply put, institutions are the ones who are holding the most money right now. And as retail traders, there's no way that we can fight with institutions. Like, the order sizes range in somewhere around the hundreds of millions to probably billions. And as retail traders, there is simply no way that we can win. So, as the saying goes, if you can't beat them, you join them. So, now that we understand that at the moment Solana is looking bullish, so we should be looking for buys. So, let's discuss some trade opportunities that I'm looking at right now. So if we just draw a trend line from here to here, you can see that this is a nice little trend line breakout that we can look to buy. So not only that, but this level seems to line up with previous support, resistance. So this level is going to be a level that you're going to want to pay attention to, right, at about 35.4. So this is going to be your trade entry number 1, where you buy the breakout of this level. What you're going to want to do is you want to mark down this level on your own chart, and then just simply right click it and add an alert. And to do this, you're probably going to need a paid TradingView subscription, and honestly, TradingView is probably the only tool that you're going to need as a trader, and TradingView is probably the tool that is going to enable you to plan out your trades, or even just think about taking a trade in the first place. So for real guys, it's the only tool you need. So I would suggest you invest in pretty much the only tool you need. It doesn't really cost that much, and trust me, it pays itself off real quick. And if you want a $30 discount off TradingView, just head to the link in the description and sign up using my link. We both get $30 off if you ever decide to get a paid plan. So after you set an alert, here's what you do. As the price breaks out of this level, you're gonna, entry number 1 is you're gonna enter along with the breakout. So what you look for is, most likely, you're gonna dive into a lower time frame, such as the 15-minute, and as the price is breaking through in real time, right, as it's breaking through this trend line in real time, you're gonna want to see this kind of a volume spike, right? Take a look at here. Without a volume spike, it is not considered a breakout for a few reasons. For starters, if there is no volume behind a breakout, that means that nobody else is seeing this trade right now, and you're probably the only one who's being delusional and thinking that this is a breakout. So with volume means that other traders are looking at this trade along with you. So in this case, the reason why it's important is because without volume, right, what the price is going to do is it's going to break out, right, but without volume, it is probably just going to fall right back down. And if you're trying to be a buyer, that is not what you want. So as the price is breaking out, buy the breakout only if you see a volume spike, right? I'm talking about these spikes of volume. You only buy if you see that on a lower time frame, such as the 15-minute. So your second entry is going to be a breakout and retest of this level right here. So as the price breaks out and it comes back down, right? Because nothing goes straight up, nothing goes straight down. Things happen in waves. So as the price breaks out of this level and then comes back down, you're going to want to look to buy Solana at this level. And this is what you call a retest, and there is usually a 82% chance, I believe, of the price, going into your favor. And to be honest, even if it doesn't go in your favor, it's still going to be a brilliant trade, like both of those entries, because for both of those, you can just set your stop loss like literally right below this level, because you know that a breakout is invalidated if it comes back down into the pattern, right? Same goes for a retest. If it falls below this level, then it's a failed retest. So you can just get out with like a small loss. And I always like to say, in trading, like even the best traders are wrong about half the time, and yet they still do pretty good for themselves. And the reason why they can do this is because they practice proper risk management, right? It's okay to be wrong, but it's not okay for any single mistake to wipe you out. So that is the bullish entry for Solana. Now, right now, let's take a look at the bearish entry, because over here at this channel, we are grand strategists. We do not want to be overly biased towards any given direction. And right now, we are going to pop out the VPVR indicator, which is my favorite indicator. So the reason why I'm popping this out is to identify where's the liquidity in the market right now. Is it above or is it below? Now, the reason why this is important is because you need to understand that institutions will always hunt out liquidity in the market. And what I mean by that is, let's say that you find that this level over here has acted as pretty strong support so far. So you as a retail trader might be thinking, hey, since this level has acted as pretty strong support for once, twice and 3 times, I should go long the next time the price comes back to $31. And that is exactly what institutions will want you to think. Because imagine if everybody goes long here, let's have a guess, right? Where would everyone put their stop loss? I would assume right below this level. Am I correct? Or maybe right below this level. So that is the trap that most retail traders fall into, is they fail to see what institutions are trying to do, because they will always stop you out if they know that everyone is putting a stop loss here, or basically just an area of liquidity. At the moment, you can see that, we're pretty evenly split, with a lot of short orders setting their buy stops over here, or just simply a lot of short orders at around this area, and a lot of long orders concentrated around this area. Also, we have a lot of short orders here, but so like this makes it confusing, yeah? So here's the way that I want you to think of it. If we do break out of this pattern, it is basically just institutions hunting out the liquidity up top. So if we do get a breakout of this pattern, I do not want you to be shorting at these resistances. While it may seem like a good idea to do so from a retail perspective, trust me, you're going to get stopped out, right? Or if you do want to short, I would suggest shorting when price gets to about $44 and make sure that you set your stop loss like higher, right? You don't want to set your stop loss like too tight, because what institutions like to do is, whenever you see a double top like this, right, that comes back to the same level, something like this comes back down to like these kinds of double tops, what retail is going to think is, yo, strong resistance, I should short that. Trust me, you're going to get stopped out. What institutions are going to do is they're just going to push price just a tiny bit above this level to stop out any buy stops over here, and before moving the price back down. So if you were ever going to take a short, make sure you do not set your stop loss too tight. I would recommend somewhere around 5% to 6%. That is usually a pretty safe margin. But if you want to be more aggressive, which I probably wouldn't recommend, so just stick to 5 to 6%, right? Contrary to, like, let's say 2% or 3%. Just don't set it too close to that level if you do want to take a short. So if the price breaks out here, right, it's basically just hunting out all the liquidity up here. And if the price breaks out of 35.4, I do expect Solana to go all the way back up to about $44 and maybe just a tiny bit above it to stop everyone out before dumping and then clearing out all the liquidity from below. So in this case, that was the bullish direction, right? In the bearish case, Solana is just going to get rejected over this trend line and it's going to break down, okay? And when it comes to $31, I know you're going to have an urge to go long, but please do not do that. If it comes back down here and it bounces and it starts dumping, then you know that institutions are doing their work right now and they're hunting out all the liquidity in the market. So here's going to be your short entry. So this is the bearish entry. So if the price, so I want you to mark down this level at 31.3. If the price breaks below 31.3, this is going to be your short entry. So here's what I mean by that. If the price breaks below here, it means that not only is institutions hunting out the liquidity in the market, but we are also getting a market structure break. So if you just notice here, right, from this low, we came to form a higher high and then a lower high, a higher low, a high high. This was a lower low, but it doesn't change the fact that we continue to form this high, 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 low pattern. But if we do break this level right here and we break this level as well, then 100% the market structure has been violated. So for now, I want you to keep in mind this 31.45 level. Now, I'm giving you the exact levels here, so make sure you mark this out on your own chart. If you don't do that, there is literally nothing more that I can do for you. So once the price breaks below this level, you're going to want to take a short, and this is going to be your take profit number 1 at about $29.6. Right, this is about a 6% trade, and if you're shorting, generally you're going to be using a tiny bit of leverage. 6% is nothing to scoff at. So this is going to be your take profit 1, and this level right here at $27, that is going to be your take profit number 2. Right, in fact, you might want to front run this a little bit and take profit at 27.1. So not only is this a weekly low, right? Again, we discussed the significance of a weekly low. So this level is going to be a pretty strong support. Basically, you're going to want to take profit at both of these levels. And in total, it should turn out to be a 13 to 14% trade, which I don't know about you, but that sounds really good to me. In fact, this is going to be a trade that I would send to my private group, which I'm going to do so right now. By the way, I'm just saying, if you guys appreciate the fact that I always give you guys exact levels, and you know, if you do follow me on my Twitter at _the_art_of_crypto, and by the way, if you haven't already followed me here, you're going to want to do so, because this is where I'm sharing the latest market updates. For example, this moon indicator thing. Well, I'm not going to get into it in this video, but just head over to my Twitter and check it out. But anyways, if you were on my Twitter, then you know that I've pretty much been sniping entries like left and right. In fact, if you just take a look here, yesterday I called a BTC short at 36,000. And if we just come back to BTC right now, look at where the price came back to, right? 35,966. Right, I might have missed it by $30, but if you guys want access to these kinds of sniper entries literally every day, you're going to want to check out the private Discord group. Over here, not only am I making profitable trading setups every single day, but you know, we have people making absurd amounts of money like literally every single day. Like, there's a lot of people in the Discord group that have probably paid off their membership with just 1 or 2 trades. And I'm just saying, if you want to get access to these kinds of sniper entries that I can't update on YouTube, you're going to want to check out the private Discord group. And forget the calls actually. If you're serious, right, if you watch until this point, you're probably serious about your crypto trading journey and you're serious about learning more. So the thing that I would really suggest you join the Discord for is for the world-class trading education that you're going to get. Like, for real, if you simply go through this course and you know, you learn everything that I teach, I am very certain that you are going to be a very proficient trader and you will pretty much be able to thrive in any kind of market, whether it be Forex, crypto, stocks, whatever. Right now, I've already closed the monthly signups because I want to be able to give everyone in the Discord server some nice focused attention, and I cannot do that if there are too many people. And I will not be opening up monthly until further notice. So right now, if you want to get in, you can actually pay in crypto and get up to 40% off. So just head to the link in the description and check it out. So back to Solana, this is going to be the way that you're going to want to trade it. In fact, if you don't know how to take profits, what you're just going to want to remember is these 3 words: dollar cost average, right? The hallmark of every smart trader or any trader that knows what he's doing is that he doesn't just take profit like just one lump sum, neither does he enter into a position in just one lump sum. So in this case, the way you want to use these TP levels is perhaps you might want to take 50% here and then you might take 50% here. That's what you call scaling out. And same thing goes for the upside targets, right? On the breakout, this is going to be the take profit targets that you're going to want to keep in mind. And the way you use this is, you know, you take 25% here, maybe 25 here, 25 here, and 25 here. You don't just take all your profits at one level, because that just sort of screws with your future prospects of making profits. And yet, you don't want to leave everything up to, let's say, this level, because then you're probably going to miss all your profits in the first place and the price is just going to fall right back down. And I always like to say this, that in trading, literally everything that you do in trading is painful. from the moment you open a position, right? Imagine it this way. If you take profits too early and the price keeps going up, then you're quote unquote missing out on potential gains. Or if you don't take profit and the price goes all the way up here and comes back down to your entry, then you just missed out on all this profit. Or maybe you don't take profit and you don't use a stop loss and the price goes way down and you're stuck holding bags. So in trading, literally everything that you do is painful. So I advise you, pick your pain. Pick the pain that you're willing to accept. For me, I'm willing to accept taking profits early because at least I'm securing the profits. And you have to remember this, right? As a trader, it's not about those big massive wins that really set you apart, right? It's those consistent 3% a day, 2% a day, those little gains that really start to snowball after you've been doing this for a while. And just remember, right, if you're in crypto or if you're trying to be a trader, this is a long game. You're not trying to get rich quick. If you want to do that, you'd be better off in a casino. If you're trading, you're going to want to come up with a set of risk management rules, and you're going to want to come up with your own rules for trading, and you want to stick to them. That's how you thrive as a trader, right? And remember, if you're interested in becoming a serious trader, you might want to consider joining the private Discord group. It's really going to speed up your learning curve a lot. I literally have people who have been in the stock market for decades, and they're still learning something new from my content. And of course, the snipes are a very nice little bonus. But anyways, with that said, may the gains be with you, my friend. I'm gonna see you in the Discord group, and peace.